What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, capital G-U-G-U-E, Michaels. Welcome to Film Talk with Google You Michaels. Good afternoon, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Film Talk, where we discuss camera, lenses, producing, writing, everything that's dealing with movie making is what we talk about on this channel. And before we get started onto this topic, you already know your boy, I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. That way it will let you know every time I upload a video so you can come back and get some of these nuggets. And as you see from today's title, we're gonna discuss scouting locations for film. Today, I'm going to answer a couple of questions that I've been receiving. You know, people are asking me, okay, Google, how do you get locations? How do you scout for locations? Even though I've discussed this prior, but in this episode, we're going to go real deep in everything you need to get you a good location for your movie, okay? Because a movie, all the Hollywood movies, when you look at Hollywood movies, if you notice, they all seem to have nice looking locations. That's what gives it that high production value, okay? Not just the pictures, not just the audio, not just the wardrobe, not just the lighting and the cinematography. The locations plays a major part in giving your movie that production value. Okay, so that brings us to number one, the look of the movie. Meaning, what does the movie look like? Is it horror? Is it action? Is it sci-fi? Is it drama? Is it thriller? You know, is romance? Based on the script will determine the kind of location you will get. If you're not using a location manager, if you are scouting the location yourself, you know, you want to take a camera, whether it's your phone camera or a regular, like a DSLR camera, or just any, it doesn't have to be an expensive camera, just any camera that we can take the video of the location or the picture of the location. That way you can show that to the director. So the director can be like, okay, yeah, I like this one. No, I don't like this one, you know what I'm saying? Or if you are the director, when you go on a location, you go ahead and, you still take the camera. That way, when you get home, you can now look at the locations to know, okay, this scene is matching with this scene is going with this scene is going with this. The whole James Bond franchise is known for its exotic location, okay? And that's why James Bond movies always look very, very, very high production, because the locations that they choose. In Hollywood, when they use a movie that's shot in one location, is still a very high production value location. So it's very, very important to have the proper look for your movie, okay? Which brings us to number two, price. Now, I know what I just said as far as getting a very nice looking location, but you can't forget that location has to meet your budget. It has to meet your budget. You know what I'm saying? So when you scatter for your location, you want to make sure you have enough budget put aside, you know, because I always teach people to make low budget movie, but at least 40% to me. Some may agree, some may disagree, but to me, 40%, you always want to put aside 40% for location, because that's what gives your audience that production value look. You don't want your movie to look cheap. You understand what I'm saying? So you always want to make sure you have the budget. If your budget, let's just say your budget is $10,000. You want to put aside $4,000 strictly for your locations. And once you have your budget and you're scouting for the location, there's nothing like shooting at a location and you have airplanes. Every 2 seconds, airplanes. That's a nightmare. You don't want that. That's a nightmare in editing, because to eliminate having to do ADR, which meaning bring your talent back in the studio to re-record their audio, that's gonna cost you additional money. So to eliminate that, you wanna make sure you find a location that's not noisy, that doesn't have like a lot of trucks driving by. like 18-wheeler trucks driving by. That doesn't have a lot of trains zooming by. That doesn't have a lot of, like I said, planes zooming by. So you want your location to be quiet. That way, when you're recording your ambience, when you're recording your dialogue, you can also record the ambience sound. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you have a location that has good sound, that's quiet, that doesn't have a lot of traffic, that's not loud, okay? That helps out a whole lot when you're making a movie. What you want to get now is the distance. So you want to make sure that your location is not too far away from the hotel where you're housing your talent or your headquarters. You know what I'm saying? Meaning your office or wherever that's going to be your headquarters. You don't want your location to be too far away from that. I suggest don't do more than 20 minutes drive. Don't do more than 20 minutes drive, you know. That way everybody can get to it. Which brings us to number 5. Permission. Okay? For me, how I always get my permission is I use the Texas Film Commission. Dallas Film Commission. Okay? I always use them to go to my locations because when you go to them, they ask for you submit your script, they read the script, and based on the script, they will now send you the information of those scripts the information of those locations that you like. You will now contact the person and get the permission. And if you don't use them, that's Airbnb all over the state, you know, all over the country. You know, whether you're in California, whether you're in Florida, whether you're in Chicago, whether you're in Atlanta, that's Airbnb. And when it's a location that's outside, where I know, like let's say downtown, and I know it's going to be a little challenging to get the permission to shoot downtown because you have to have the money to block out the street, then hire security, which are usually cops. If you don't have that kind of budget, I time it usually on Sundays. Sundays downtown is ghost town. Nobody's downtown. So that's when, you know, whatever location I want to shoot downtown, I wait till Sunday. I go down there, mic my talent, make sure everybody knows their line. Bam, 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 bam. We're done. Okay? So that's 3 ways you can get your permission. 1, go through the state or the city that you live in. Go through your commission, your film commission. 2, go through Airbnb. Or 3, just guerrilla style. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I've done a lot of those myself, so there's nothing wrong with that. Like through the weekday, when you scout your location, go if you shoot downtown or if you shoot anywhere else, go to or like a apartment complex or a building or a hospital. You know, go through there once you find a location or a factory. Once you find a location you want to use, I suggest go on a Sunday, because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be closed. And just go there and just bam, bam, bam. Make sure your talent know their lines. You know, just go there and knock out that scene. I mean, it always works for me. And last but not least, power. As you know, like in the olden days, like in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and 80s, even the 90s, all the way to the early 2000 to mid 2000, when you go on location, especially when you're shooting outside, you always want to bring a generator because of your lighting package. Okay? Well, technology has made it easier to where you no longer need to bring a generator, because 99.9% of every single LED lights that's out there right now in the market, you can use battery to power those jokers. You understand what I'm saying? So it makes it easier. So all you just have to do, just get you a lot of batteries to power up your lights. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the things that you need for location. So I don't want this to be too long. I just want a quick touch up on location scanning, because I do get those questions frequently on Google. Man, I like your movies. How do you get your location? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay? So tune in next week as we discuss more topics dealing with cinematography, lenses, cameras, producing, script writing, or how to scout for your films. And if you want to hit me up on my social media, my IG is GUGUBOO. That's Google Boo. And if you want to drop me a line or two on my Facebook, it is Google E. Michaels. And for those of you that follow me on Twitter, or that wants to link up with me on Twitter, it is at GUGU1904, which brings us back to now YouTube. And as you already know, your boy, I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers, and I can't do it alone. I need your help to grow. And how do you make that happen for me? Simply by hitting that like button, hitting the subscribe, and hitting the bell. That way, it will let you know every time I drop a video, so you can come back and get some of this jewels and some of this experience. So I want to take this time to thank you guys that are supporting me, that are subscribing to me, because I'm starting to see I'm growing faster than I expected. With that being said, I can't thank you enough for helping me grow this channel. Okay? And as usual, my name is Google E. Michaels, signing out, and I salute you. Bam!